And so the next program where I'm going to write is, I want to sum each array elements. So you all know that, and you return that sum. Okay. So you have to return that sum. How can we return the sum of each array element and return that output? So I'm going to write, write a program to sum all the array elements and return the output. Okay. So you have to give an input for this. So integer array. So num array you have to give for the method. So its return type is, so it returns. This method is going to return value. So it returns output integer. Maybe if you want, I'll cover both of them. Average of array elements. Okay, find the average of array elements. To find average of array elements. And return the output. Okay. So the average I'll store in the float type of data it returns. Get average of array elements. That's my method name. So I'll give the integer array. So array is integer array. So return AVG. I'll just put AVG variable I'll declare here. So before, first you have to declare. So declare sum. So array, all elements sum should be declare some variable as 0. Initially it is 0. So that's the first step in sum equal to. We have done this kind of things already. So doing sum of all the elements. So 1 to 100 or 1 to n we have done. Similar fashion here, I can print the array elements also. The step here, before that, I can print all the array elements. So we can print the array elements using arrays class dot toString method and give the number. So it will print all the array elements basically. So I'm giving an input to this toString method. So this is the static method in this arrays class. That's what class name dot static method. So it returns all the array elements. So the second step we are printing. Third step, iterate the array elements and add to the previous sum value. So each array element, iterate the array elements, add each array element value, each element to the previous sum value. So we are adding. So each array element, you know how to get each array element, array name of index. So here the index is I variable. So int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length and I plus plus. So I is the index number here because so I first time 0, second time 1, third time 3, 2, 3, 4, like that till array length. So each array element means array name of the index is I. You have to add to the this sum variable. So add that and then assign to sum variable. Sum plus so num of I. So each array element I'm adding to the previous sum variable. So I added. So then you find the average. Float AVZ equal to, so sum divided by number of elements. How can you get number of elements in the array? Num dot length. That's it. This is a simple program. You're returning the float type of average. So this is a return type method. See what access modifier I used here. So I have used access modifier here is default. Default access modifier I have used. Access modifier. So data type, method name. So parenthesis, data type, parameter. So logic, return value. So this is the logic and this is the formula I have used to create my method, return type method. See, all return type methods I'm creating here. So whatever the array you have to give the input to this method, an array. If you give array input for this method, it will calculate the average of each. Even I'm covering here sum of all the array elements and I'm covering the average also. If you want to do average, sum of all elements divided by total number, right? Same here, we applied that formula. Okay. The next method is, so I want to find out the max element in the given array. So in the given array, you find the max element and return that. So which is the max element in the given array? In the given integer array, right? So how can we find out max element in the given array? So that's the next program. So you have to do a return type method. So parameter is again, so num array, the return type is, so you're returning integer value. Write a program to return the max element in given array. So there are so many elements in the array. In that you need to find out which is the max element, which is the maximum element, and that means highest number. So do you need to find out? So how can we find out that? So that's what we are going to write. Public, so return type integer, get max element. So in that you have to give integer array for this. First I will print the array, okay? So that I can see my array elements, all the array elements. So first step, print the array elements. So array elements are, you can just print array elements, arrays dot, arrays class dot, toString static method. Just use the toString static method and pass the array name so that all the elements will print in the array. So next step, check the array length is 0 or null. Check. So array length is 0 not. If array length is 0, and throw the exception. If array length is 0, throw the exception, saying that invalid array input. Okay. So if array dot length equal to 0, throw illegal argument exception. This is the class name. See, we are creating object, right, for the class. Here you can give invalid array input. With this exception you are throwing, I'll tell you these exceptions, but a throw keyword is followed by an object. This is the object, right? This is the class name. New keyword after, so whatever is, this is the constructor, but this entire thing is called object. So you can pass the exception if this is 0. So that's a one step. Next, let's assume array first element is the maximum element. Array first element is the max element. So int max equal to array first element. What is the array first element? How can you write array first element?
Array dot index 0. Array brackets.
Name of index. That's it. 0. Yeah. Array name of index. Array first element means array name of index. So that's the how we are going to write array name of index. Next, iterate to find out which one is the maximum. First, I'm assuming array first element is the max element, but whether that is correct or not, you have to check. So maybe other element also might be right. It's not always first element, right? It can be middle, it can be end, it can be somewhere. We don't know where it is. We need to find out that. So then assign that max element to, so this array element to max variable. Whichever element is greater than this num of array, num of 0, assign that value to this max variable. So if you iterate and filter it, you will come to. Otherwise, we don't know, right? So first iterate the array and check each array element is greater than max variable, right? If any array element is greater than max variable, assign that. So first you iterate. How to iterate? Always I am telling, see how many times I'm using the same for loop. Because I need to start with the first element. First element means always starts with the 0 index. So index, array index starts with the 0, 1. And then I less than array dot length. So till array dot length, I have to iterate. I have to start with 0 index. I have to go till length, till last element. So I have to go. And I plus plus. So I have to increment because I'm going from first element to last element. So I have to increment, then check the condition. If any array element is greater than max variable, so any array element means num of I. Num of I represent the each array element. This is the parameterization you are doing. I first time 0, so num of 0, first element. I becomes 1, second element. I becomes 2, third element. I becomes 3, fourth element. I becomes 4, fifth element. So any array element is greater than max variable, then assign that array, assign the array element to max variable. Okay, you have to assign the array element to max variable. Max equal to, so num of I. Any array element is greater than max variable, that array element you assign to max variable. So now you got the, so all the elements it will iterate, it will find out which one is the max, then return that. Return that max variable. That's why I declared a max variable outside the for loop block, so that I can use outside the for loop block also. This is a block scope. So if you inside a block you declare, it is not possible to use other place. So you have to declare method outside, no, block outside you declare, so that you can use inside that method anywhere. So I'm returning that max. So this is the one simple array you take and you can do that iteration. So one by one you can do iteration. Just execute line by line. That's it. Execute line by iteration and assign the value and go for all the iterations. Then you will get easily which is the max element. Okay. Next program. Any questions here? So I have to iterate the next program is I have to find out the lowest number in the given array. So we found now max element. Now you find the lowest element. Which is the lowest element in the given array. That means small number. Smallest number in the given array. So write a program to find the small element in the given array. So param is what is the parameter name? Num parameter I'm taking. So return type method, again I'm taking public. I need to return. So that's the data type is this is the integer array. So I have to return the integer element. So get small element. So in given array, okay, get small element, get max element, get small element. So the input is for this method array. Same above program is almost same. Only changes instead of greater than here you will get a less than. That's it. Everything similar. So all the code is similar code. So but you will put instead of max you will put the minimum value. That's it. So this is the same in. Here you put instead of greater than, this put less than. And this is min variable. Array first element is the minimum element. So iterate the array and each array element is smaller than minimum variable. If any array element is smaller than min variable, assign that. Assign that array element to that array element to min variable. That's it. So this is the next program. So any of the array element, see the condition, any of the array element is less than minimum variable, then assign that array element to the min variable. Finally return that what is the minimum variable. You are taking each and every element. So that element you are returning. So this is the another important program. Next. So a lot of programs we are writing array. So you have to understand the loop. That's it. Then how array works is first you need to understand. So how it will store the elements. So these concepts are important. Now let's move on to the next program. I want to print duplicate elements in the given array. I want to print duplicate elements in the given array. So how you can find out duplicate elements. So I'll take a string array and I'll give exercise for you to take a integer array and print the duplicates. Okay. So I'll explain this, how you can find duplicate means what? Same element in the array, right? Same element is there in the next position. So how can we find out this duplicate elements? So that's what we need to look into that. And so let's see here. How can we find out? So public, private, I can take it whatever you want, you take it. So I'm not doing anything, just write a program to find out duplicate elements given array. So you have to find out what are the duplicate elements. Only print that duplicate elements. That means occurring more than one time, right? That's a duplicate means, right? So you have to find out. So which element is occurring more number of times. So that duplicate elements you have to print. Lot of programs you'll get on the array concept only in the interviews. So make sure you understand array programs and practice each and every array program. So public void. So find duplicate elements. So I'll take the array inside. I'll declare the array inside. So create an array and assign elements. So in the same syntax I'm going to do, I'll take a string array. Say str equal to. So I'll assign directly elements. You can assign the values directly here. So you can take apple. So multiple duplicate elements you have to give. Remember that all the so different kinds of duplicate elements. So orange. So already I have given one duplicate element. Apple is the duplicate. Okay. So like that you have to give multiple elements. Okay. So then you will come to know whether it is duplicate or not. So I'll put one more also. Duplicate elements. Like this, you can write number of elements, right? Number of so like this, I can just arrange all the elements like this. So these are the elements. 2 duplicates I kept there. Okay. So, but how can we check which is the duplicate or not? So always remember here, first element you compare with all other elements. So apple is equal to mango? No. So apple is equal to apple, yes, true. Then print that this element. Again you check, apple equal to orange? No. Apple equal to banana? No. Apple equal to mango? No. Apple equal to guava? No. So only one is you print it. So see how you can achieve this. One outer element is checking all the inner elements. Again next. Basically you see that 0 plus 1. You are checking with 0 plus 1. So all the elements. That means you have to take 2 for loops here. First for loop, so the outer one by one it will keep checking, and the inner one, iterate all the inner for loop, will iterate all the elements from second element to last element, third element to last element, fourth element to last element. When you are comparing first plus 1, so you start comparing that I plus 1 thing. so that you can easily get for iterate it. So now iterate the array, iterate the array to find out the duplicates. Iterate the array using two for loops, using nested for loops. To find out the duplicates. So first for loop is int I equal to 0. You have to start with the first index. That is, first index is this one. And then till last you have to iterate. So array dot length and I plus plus. From where I need to start for a second one to compare I plus 1 element in j equal to I plus 1. So second element onwards I need to start. So j less than str dot length j plus plus. Please catch this, why I am using I plus 1. This first element I need to compare with all other elements. Now you see inner for loop will iterate all the iterations, right? First outer for loop 1 and inner for loop all other elements. So that's why you're using this. Whenever you want to compare one element with all other elements, this nested for loops you have to take. Then you equality, whether both are first element is equal to next element or not. Take first element is equals to other elements. How can you check? Using equals method. There is a equals method. Using equals method. If it is a numbers, what you need to use? If it is a number, what you need to use? How can you check the equality of two numbers? How can you check the equality of two numbers?
Equal, double equal to.
Double equal to. So double equal to you have to use. So I'm printing that. So str of j. So the duplicate element I'm printing. So you take the integer array. Okay, you take the integer array. So now you see that. First, I equal to 0. Right? So otherwise, if you want, you note down the index numbers. 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means how many elements are there? 7 elements are there. Right? 0 to 6 means 7 elements are there. So 7 elements. The first you write I equal to 0. So 0 less than, so 6. That is true. Comes inside. So j value, currently j value how much here? 0 plus 1. I plus 1 means what is the current I value? 0 plus 1, 1. So now we need to take 1 less than 6. True. Comes inside. So what is the current I value? Str of 0. What is the str of 0 value? What is the str of 0 value?
Apple.
Apple. Str of 1. So because j value 1, right? J value 1. So str of j means str of 1. So what is the str of 1 value? What is the str of 1 value?
Mango.
Mango. So is it same? Apple is equals to mango?
No.
So false. False means it doesn't come inside the if body, right? Again, where it will go? It will go to inner for loop, the increment part. So j value will increment 1 plus 1, 2. So again, 2 less than 6, true. Comes inside. Again, same will check str of 0. So I value still 0 only. I value still 0 only. Str of 0 is equal to same, right? Str of 0 is equal to str of 2. What is str of 2? What is str of 2?
Apple.
Apple. So it is equal. So equal means true, right? Then it will come. So str of 2 will print. That is apple. So str of 2 is so apple. So apple will print. Now it will go up and increment the j value. Inner for loop only it is iterated. I told you. First inner for loop will finish all the iterations till last. All the iterations will happen. So j equal to already currently j value 2 plus 1, 3. So condition 3 less than 6, true. Comes inside and it will check. So str of 0 and str of 3. So that means apple so is equal to orange. No, false. So it will give false, it won't come inside. Again, it will go up and increment the j value. So j value now 3 plus 1, it will become 4. It will come next 4 less than 6, true. Comes inside. So str of 0. So you can write all, if you want, you can write all these conditions also here, the if conditions also. Str of 3, false. So now again you can write str of 0 and str of 4. So str of 4 means banana. Apple so is equal to banana. So false. Again goes up and you can write j value 4 plus 1, 5. So check the condition 5 less than 6, true. Comes inside and so this is the instead of 6 it's a 7. Basically it's 7 elements, right? It is 7, so not 6. 7. This is 7. This gives 7. 7 elements total, right? It's not 6. 7 elements. So you have to write the 7. It's true. It will come inside and you can check. So str of 5. So str of 5 means, so what is that str of 5? Mango. Apple equal to mango. False again. So you put the false. So this is systematically you execute and you will get a properly answers. If you are not doing that, and it will be a problem. J equal to 5 plus 1, 6. Now after getting the latest j value, it will go to condition 6 less than 7, true, comes inside, and you go here and update it. So again, str of 0, str of 6. So what is the str of 6 value? So go. So that is not same. So again false. Again it will increment j value equal to 6 plus 1. It will become 7. Again 7 less than 7. It is false. Automatically it will go to where? So inner for loop condition becomes false. It will go to up. So now y value will increment 0 plus 1. So 1 it will become. Like this it will iterate. Now I value is 1. So 1 less than 7. 1 less than 7. True. Again, continues from this element, it will compare with all other elements. So loop will same way it will iterate. So now this is the one. This one you are comparing with all other elements. It will keep doing the same thing again and again. So you have to iterate all the elements. So same way example for you is, you take instead of string array, you take an integer array, and so then you use here str of I double equal to str of j. That's it. So then you will find out integer array. So which is the duplicate element. Okay. So that's the exercise for you. This is the duplicate elements in string array. String array you are doing, but you do the same for the integer array. So that's an exercise for you. Next. Any questions here before moving on to the next program? Any questions or any word you need more explanation?
Very good.
Good, right? Yeah. So the next program is, you need to find out the missing number in the sequence of array. Array should be in sequence. So not random numbers, but you need to find out. So array you give with a sequence of numbers. In that you can miss one number. That you need to find out which number is missing. For example, 1 to 5, I'll give 1, 2, 4, 5. So missing 3, right? I need to find out that 3. And I can give 1, 2, 3, 5. So 4 is missing. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, if you give 5 is missing. So like this, the sequence of numbers you give, and in that you need to find out which number is missing. How can you find out this? Again, this is sum concept only I'm going to use here. Summing of the 1 to 5 numbers and summing of the array elements. Then reduce the, so sum of the 1 to 5 numbers, so sum minus array sum you do, and you will get the missing number. That's it. Very simple. So very simple concept. But again, summing of, so array elements and natural numbers. 1 to 5 natural numbers you sum, put it in one variable, and sum of the array elements in one variable, and then deduct it. So sum of the 5 elements minus sum of the array elements. So automatically you will get the missing number. So let's go and write. So protected. So if you want, you can return the missing element. So I will return. Okay. So return. So find missing number in given array. So you have to find out the missing number in given array. So first you have to create an array, right? Create an array. Create an array, you can print if you want. Here also, if you want, you can print this array. So how to print? So I already given that. String array is, how can you print array? Arrays dot toString and give the array name. So it will print in the square brackets all the elements, it will print for you. If you use arrays dot toString, square brackets inside your array, like this, you will get all the array elements. As this, it will print. Otherwise, you don't know, right? If you print and know something in the console, you can find out, okay, in this, okay, apple is duplicate, mango is duplicate. You can find out. Otherwise, it's not possible, right? So that's what we are doing here. Now I'm creating an array. So integer array. Okay. So I'm assigning 1, 2, 4, 5. So here what is missing? 3 is missing. So I need to find out the 3. Okay. But so I'll print this also. So integer array plus arrays dot toString. So give the array. Okay. Now next thing is declare 2 variables. Declare 2 sum variables. So what is this? One for the sum of array and another for int array sum is 0 and another one numbers sum. So numbers sum is 0. Initially I am declaring both are just having 0 value. Later I will assign. So next iterate the array elements and so do sum. So apart from the sum. So for int I equal to 0, I less than, so array dot length till last array length I have to iterate I plus plus. So array sum equal to array sum plus, how can you get each array element? Array name of index. I use the index. So each array element I am adding to previous array sum variable. So that output I am assigning to array sum variable. So that's it. You got the array sum value. Now what you need to do? So get the 1 to 5 numbers sum. So use for loop. How can you get 1 to 5 numbers? So int I equal to 1. See, I'm not starting with a 0 because this is not array. So you're just calculating the 1 to 5. So your array is 1 to 5 and that you are finding out. I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. So now, if you want your confusing, you take a j. Okay, it's up to you. The variable, if you want, you can change the variable to j. Okay. So now, num sum equal to num sum plus each element I'm adding to previous sum. So this we already done. Sum of n natural numbers. Here I took just 5. That's it. Other than that, nothing. So now find the missing number by subtracting num sum minus array sum. So int, so missing number equal to, so num sum minus, so array sum. Return this. Return this value. This logic will work for any number. For example, if you give now 3 is missing, so 3 you will get here. For example, if I give 3 here and 2 is missing, 2 you will get. So whatever you do, so that will come automatically for you, whatever the missing number is there. So this is a simple logic, but this should be a condition is this array should be in the sequence, not randomly. Okay. So write a program to find out the missing number in given array. So this is the, so how you can find out. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so let's call all these methods one by one. Okay, so we have written so many programs, right? Let's call all the methods. So from random array, I'll call from this because we printed the first one, but we didn't do this all this calling. So calling process we'll do. Tomorrow I'll do more programs. Tomorrow we'll do basically this sorting, how to sort the array elements. That we'll do. Ascending order, descending order, bubble sort. So these are the programs, some of the programs we are going to do. So tomorrow. So tomorrow, with the tomorrow, we can finish the all the array programs. Let's see that how we can. So let's call this. See the return type method, how to call. Again, I'm methods concept again repeating here one more time. So how to call return type non-static method. That same I'm repeating because this again you haven't read them. There's a bigger problem again. So this is a method you will use several times. Data type of the method. So variable name equal to object reference dot return type non-static method. Here I have written so many array programs. Because if you write multiple programs, you'll understand array concept is a very crucial. See, if wherever you go interview, first array program only they will give. They will give array program only. So tomorrow I'll write one more program. So you give particular number, okay? That number is present in the array or not. How can you check that? That these are the concepts will be very useful in the real time also. So you want to check particular element is present in the array or not. What are the input you are giving? That input is present in the array or not. How can you check it? So that you write a so is present method you can create and you can check that. Is element present in the array or you can check it. Then return the Boolean value. So if it is available, return true. If it is not available, return false. So that you have to check that each. So, well, how can you check that particular element? So available or not, how can you check that? First, you have to iterate. That's the first. Array means you have to iterate. Then inside the iteration, the for loop, you have to use a condition. So you have to check so whether that element is present or not. If any array element is equal to this given input, and you return true. Else, return false. That's it. Very simple. So that's how you can write another program also. Checking, so in the given array, your input is there or not. Your input is present in the array or not. How can you check? Find the given input is present in the array or not. Write a method for that. Same logic is similar and all similar. Iteration inside the if condition. If it is integer, you will check equal operator. If it is a string, you will use equals operator. That's very simple. So that these are the logics you need to remember. If you know these logics, you can write any programs. So array means always remember, iterate, and some condition they are asking, put if condition inside the loop. That's it. Very simple. Other than that, nothing. Okay, I'll put a random array. So integer array, it returns integer array. That's what you can see here. The return type is, see, this is the return type. Same return type I am writing here. So return type of the method, then variable name. So num array equal to, Object reference. What is object reference? ADOBJ dot. So random array. See, the return type of this method is very clearly showing here. Method name, return type. Return type is then which class? Array demo class. This method is there. How clearly it is there. Now you got the random array. So print it if you want. So random array is, you can print it. So num array. Directly you can print that, otherwise you can just say arrays dot. Directly you cannot print. So you cannot use the like a variable. You cannot use like a variable array. Array is an object. So object you cannot print directly. So you can use toString method and you can give like this. This is how you can print. Otherwise, directly this variable name you cannot use here. Like a normal variable we use, right? That you cannot do that. That is only primitive you can do, but non-primitive directly cannot print. Please remember that. So non-primitive you cannot directly do that because it's objects. So non-primitive is kind of objects. So you have to use for array. This is the way to print. So now we can see. Just print it. Execute this. Okay. So I have to use this to bring this to next line. I'll go here. So here, okay, I didn't bring the cursor. See, print method. It is printing here and I didn't bring the cursor. So to bring that to the next line, just use, that's it. So if you want, you can just separate it with the curly brackets, something. So it looks good, right? See, the random number, random array is this one. So this array I'm going to use for all my other methods. There is input, right? So I can use, see, one method output. This is my method output. This method output I'm using for my other methods as input. So this method output I stored here. And I'm going to use this one in another methods. See, now I'm going to call all other methods. So what is the other methods? So print even numbers in given array. So this one. I'll call this method. See, let's call this method. ADOBJ dot print even numbers in given. So I will give that num array here. Directly I'm giving the input. This method output, I'm giving input to the other methods. So this is the kind of thing. See, this variable return type method, how useful for you. See, and only even numbers are 88 and 01. In this, only even numbers, right? Remaining are not even numbers. So in this array, so only 2 are the even numbers. So that's what you are finding out. Otherwise, so I'll write so that I am not able to understand now 880. So you have to write very clearly. So finding even numbers in given arrays. So you can print it. So that's you can see even numbers are, you can put it here also. So before for loop, you can put it. So you can write one simple statement. Even numbers are. Just you can do that, or that will print. See, now very clearly you can understand which method is this one. See, even numbers are 82, 28, 56, 54. So this time you have many even numbers. Before 2, but this time more. So that I am checking. So that logics understand here. How we are checking. Each array element percentile by 2 equal to 0. You can try no other program. So find out odd numbers in the given array. So you try the logic, write the logic. So that will help you. even you have to create yourself a lot of programs out of the think more, and you will get it. So write a program to find the average of array elements. So that's a return type method. Return type method, how can you call again? It returns a float value, average value equal to ADOBJ dot find average, get average of array elements. So you have to give this one. So you can give AVG value. There's a lot of programs we are writing here so that you can understand. Calling is so creating the methods one part, calling the method C46.0. So for all this, you're finding out the average. So next, what is the next method? Find out the maximum element. So find the max element. So integer max element equal to, so ADOBJ dot get max element in the given array. Max array element in given array is, so just max value, max L, right? Max ELE. So we can do that same for minimum elements also. Find min element in given array. So minimum element equal to ADOBJ dot get small element. That's why. So you can print this also. Same I'm doing. So quickly we can finish. So this variable. So what is the next one? So after that, we did a duplicate element. ADOBJ dot duplicates. Find duplicates. So next, what is the next element? Missing number. So return type method. Find missing number. So it returns. So miss number equal to and ADOBJ dot missing number. So that's it. Missing number in given arrays. Miss number. Okay, so these are all the methods I have created and called, right? So execute them. Run as Java application. See, random array, every time random array will change. Same random array I'm using for the even numbers. Same random array I'm using for the finding out the average of array elements. Same random array I'm using for the finding out the max element in the given. See, in this max element 61. In this minimum element, see, in this minimum element 16. The duplicate elements apple and mango only. And integer array is 1, 3, 4, 5. The missing number here is missing here. So you got the 2. So this is how you write. It should work. Any logic it should work. And if you write the programs, okay. So that's all for the day. And tomorrow we'll see a few more array programs. Array is a very big concept. There is one more 2-dimensional array. So that I need to explain. So that